Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on GTA 5 today with some more racing. Apparently we are having a battle to get onto the grid. We're going to be tackling another interesting racetrack. This one built by about 19 Wookiees. We've got lines of... We've not really gridded this up very well. You know what? Screw it. We've gone full goofy with the grid. Let's continue to get... We've messed this grid up. Bloody hell, we are not very good. We are not very good at this whole parking malarkey, but never mind. The ETR1s are off and underway. This is a kind of Lexus-style race car. Now, this is a narrow street circuit that we have. It's technical. Oh, things have gone very badly wrong for somebody entirely on their own. Oh, Scotty, that's not a good place to end up coming across in front of me. We're going to have to try and go around that. There was like one of those... I say come across. It was the tiniest of nudges for me, as I wasn't expecting the car to perhaps move across in front. And what ended up happening is the cars get connected, they just can't get pulled away again. That's also the nasty back chicane that you have to try and negotiate. Now everything will be spread out from crashes. We might have an actual chance of making our way back up to the order and hopefully some good racing. This is one of those tracks that is good fun to just drive on your own because it's fast, it's narrow and it's unforgiving. When you get the laps right, incredibly rewarding. When you get the laps wrong, you lose an awful amount of time, but it's one of those that's worth it for when things do go correctly. You can have some very, very fun races as well. Is Blakey going to be brave enough to have a go at the inside? He certainly thought about it. In the end, I don't think he could quite carry the speed, and I had a huge bobble on one of the bumps there, which is far from ideal. We have made it through. This back chicane is so vicious. You cannot be flat through there. It is as simple as that. Even in the most grippy cars, you will not go flat through that chicane. It's just too narrow and too bumpy. In general, like the really grippy cars that might possibly be able to make those angles of corners flat are the cars that will get so thrown about by the bumps that it just won't, or the speed you would be taking by them, you'd be just thrown and launched by the bumps. So, yeah, you're going to have a little bit of a lift. There are a couple of slightly sticky out walls through there. Can get snagged on. Rare, but can happen. Ewan's gone way too deep into the final corner. That gives us a little bit of an opportunity to close up in on this group. Catch up less effective at this circuit by virtue of not particularly long straights. Of course, slipstream will still help to get you past. But yeah, the fact that there's very few straights to really have your car slow down by catch up does make it a little bit less effective than some others. Oh, a little bit of lag from Angus there on the outside. Definitely not going to be able to get away with bump drafting in these. Oh, I think Hyper might have made a mistake up ahead. In fact, there's a couple of cars might have got tangled on the run towards the chicane. So that's always fun. Let's try and be neat and tidy through these corners, see if we can get up to this lead group. Now, I'm trying to be a little sneaky, but I've got to be careful you don't jump the corner a smidge too much and miss the checkpoint. Oh, Ewan's gone round. In fact, Ewan might have tangled with somebody because that's put us up to 6th. Well, there we go. That's their race a little bit affected. We've got a very good run out this final corner. Is it enough to have a look at Blakey down into turn 1? Blakey doesn't go too defensive at this stage of the race. We're going to give space on the outside. I think Blakey wanted to try and hold it, but it's difficult. I've got a huge slide and promptly slow down. We've slowed each other down a little bit. Well, I've slowed Blakey down a little bit. I've slowed myself down as well with that little bit of a slide. Is not really what you're wanting to do. I love high-speed chicanes. I always have done. They are my favourite. I guess, corner type, you could say. New York from Forza Horizon 3, Forza Motorsport 3 will forever be my favourite racetrack ever made because of those. They were the ultimate bravery test, the high-speed chicanes. And while this one here is slightly nastier in the bumpy nature of the corner, it's that style of turn where bravery is rewarded with some good lap time, but you do too much and you will have a very, very big accident. We are not going to fight Blakey through there, so I'm just going to go and sit back into line, get some slipstream. We really need to get into hyper slipstream so the pair of us can kind of catch up a little bit to the car ahead, and this is where the chicane is going to come into effect, really. Can we make some ground? This is probably the best place to try and make up some ground. I am done for. Oh, I'm done for, and it's worse than just done for. It's worse because I'm stuck in no man's land now. We are so far away from the cars ahead that unless one of them crashes, like a lot heavier than that, I won't catch, and we are miles clear of the cars behind, which means we won't see them unless I crash again, which I don't particularly want to. Yeah, I was trying to be a little too brave through the chicane, and that's what it ends up getting you. I guess the only hope that we might have is, well, the three leaders are close together. Shenanigans might unfold there, so there might be an opportunity. We could go for fastest lap. I think there's probably somebody with some slipstream around that would be able to do it. And the risk you run is, if I now go entirely for a fastest lap. Oh, I think there's been a crash at the chicane, judging by... Oh, Team Orange, things have gone wrong. Impega's died? Not quite sure how. That's a curious one. Not quite sure how Impega's ended up exploding. Unless that's a car that got... Sometimes, it's rare, but it can happen at this track. If you clip a wall ever so slightly wrong, you can jump your car over a barrier. There is a petrol station around, so it's possible Impega's car flipped the barrier and into a petrol station or something along those lines. We will slow down for the final corner. I say annoyingly, it looks like Hyper has actually caught up to that lead group of three. So that if I hadn't pinged that chicane wall, maybe we would have had a chance of getting into that group. Oh, too deep through there. Too much bravery in that section. There's a stuck Impega over that part. Things have gone wrong for Impega's race here. Now, don't hit that wall on the inside. You do want to get the car turned quickly through that chicane, but too quickly, and that's when you murder the wall, and that's when it's all game over. Are we going to have a threat from Blakey before the end of this race? Turn 1 is honestly your best bet. Turn 1 is where a pass is going to happen. You've got to be absolutely mega out of the last hairpin. I mean, the lead group have slowed each other down. Actually, the lead group have really slowed each other down. This is good news for me, and Blakey is close, but not close enough to get a big slipstream draft off of me. Could we gain a very, very cheesy couple of positions on this final lap if we get everything absolutely right? I think the leader's well gone in this. It looks like Liam has escaped away while these lot have fought over a second place on this final lap. They won't have time. Will anyone make a mistake through the chicane? No. No goofs from the pack of vehicles. I can see the slipstream trails coming off my car, which suggests Blakey is not far behind. If I do make a goof like that, for example, just turned in a little bit too soon, had to make a little correction. I pinged the wall. I think Blakey pinged the wall as well slightly through all of that. I'm tantalisingly close to the group ahead. They did fight each other a lot, but not enough to allow me to catch up. Gliska's going to get second, while it looks like Liam shall take victory. Gliska second, Nareth's third, Hyper fourth. Blakey almost gets me on the line, not quite. Silly mistake by me, silly error. Just trying to be greedy through the chicane, if you will. Nareth gets fastest lap at a 33.7. My 34.2 is not enough to take that away. Sadly, Blakey also on a 33.7. I mean, lap time's very, very close, as you would expect in a one-make race. Let's be honest. As one of the parked, as the finishing marker chap got ran over. Amazing. I think cars might miss checkpoints, a couple of them, but regardless, a good, fun, exciting first race on what is a pretty damn difficult circuit to try, but a very difficult circuit to overtake on. So here we go for our second race around this tough street circuit. We've gone for something a little bit more classic this time out. We've got the Rapid GT Classic. I'm starting from pole. I'm hoping we can stay out of trouble. I'm hoping we can not... I just don't want to crash on the bloody chicane this time around. That would be ideal if we could make that. We're through turn 1 quite nicely. Now, this is where things went wrong last time out, and there has been further back, sadly. Yep, things have gone wrong further back. It's that second corner. I fear... Oh, I was a little bit wide on my own. I was expecting a car alongside me there, and I was just chasing the back end. The way the wall kind of like narrows you up slightly on the exit of that corner as everyone's naturally drifting wide can cause some grief if you are not quite fully sorted out. And often at the start of the race, you've got a lot of cars running close together. But there we go. We are underway now. We are through. There is still, I mean, it's a 7-lap race, this one. There is plenty of opportunities if things have gone wrong on that first corner to be able to recover. We've not really been able to make a particularly big breakaway. I've got to defend from Impega down towards this final corner. Now, in terms of runs to the finish line, this one here, slipstream is going to potentially play a part. It depends if you can be far enough away out of the final corner. It's not the biggest ever sort of slipstream run, but you could still get caught out a smidge. Ooh. Again, chasing the car. Thankfully, these things are not too bad with the GTA collision physics. Normally, that little shove would have fired me directly into the wall rather than just slightly tap the car sideways. I was trying to give one car space on the inside, didn't realise the car on the outside until it was too late. Impega is going to get slipstream past here. I think about trying to follow around the outside. There's a bit of oversteer on these bumps that you can get caught out by with this Rapid GT. We're almost 3 wide at a very narrow part of the circuit. Probably shouldn't have been putting my nose in the middle of all of that. We get a little bit of slide. The green car on the inside also loses the back end. I think it's Scotty, although not sure, as people are playing around with car colours today, it seems. Danger Man's not stopping very well. I mean, Scotty also didn't stop particularly well for that one as I was trying to duck underneath. But we are out the other side. We are all okay. We've at least got some slipstream, and we're not going to fall back from the lead pair. Oh, we're going to throw it in quite deep through that corner. In fact, we carry so much speed through turn 2. We are out the other side in one piece. Scotty gives us a helping hand, trying to get into the slipstream of the cars ahead. That's fine. We still sit in the podium spots for now, as the leaders have been side by side for the entirety of this lap so far. Problems occurred with the checking up. I don't quite know why I lifted up a car. Could somebody, I mean, I guess maybe like the chrome bumper at the front acts as it shouldn't act as a scoop, but I guess maybe it does in that one. Danger Man was trying to get back into line, I think, behind Impega, just didn't quite slow up enough. The problem is, when trying to avoid that, I wasn't quite aware how much the checking up was going to go on there, and I don't have time to react to get on the brakes, and the car's just gone up. Danger Man's recovered actually very, very well from that, all things considered. Now we need to not do the easy to do thing, which is fight each other crazily for second and let Impega run away. And it is easy to do around this track because it is tough to overtake. It's very, very difficult to overtake here, and overtaking manoeuvres generally cost both cars a little bit of time. So if me and Danger Man swap places too many times, Danger Man gets a really good run out of there. We could easily slow each other down enough a lap that the catch-up isn't enough to get up to the back of Impega before the end of the race. So, we will pass. What we'll probably end up doing is, if we do this well, we will pass each other maybe once a lap down the start-finish straight, maybe a second time if there is a good opportunity. Try and get that slingshot into the slipstream trail of Impega. The start-finish line here is your best bet. I was actually very wide through all of that, which isn't great, but Danger Man will now be in the slipstream trail of Impega. I'm a little too far back, and we're going to have Liam in the slipstream trail of us. It's fine. It's going to be back to a 4-car battle for the lead. Oh, Impega pinged the wall on the outside. That's not a place. I don't think you quite saw the wall jutting out there. That's not a place you want to have. Now I'm back to doing the whole. I just got no slingshot from that. That's not really what I wanted to have through there. Now we've got the whole. We need to catch Danger Man. We can't afford to fight each other too much here. But we're also, if we're having to back out of moves on Liam, we're then losing time as well. So we might have to go and hope for a similar situation on the start-finish line again if we're going to make this work. Nareth is coming with us a little bit as well. Liam is slightly wide for all of that. I will take the opportunity, it's not a bad pass, through that part of the circuit. Now I'm hoping if someone gets a slingshot past me, they can drag me as well forward. There goes Liam as we cross the line. 2 laps to go here. Will there be a chance? Liam clipped the wall on the inside. That's not ideal through all of that. And again, it's a little bit sideways in the black. So close up behind, I've got no chance for a slingshot there. I think we are doing that quintessentially FailRace thing on GTA 5, where we are fighting each other too much, that we just cannot catch the lead. Yeah, I think Danger Man, provided there are no mistakes, which on this circuit is easier said than done. I don't know if we've got the... I don't know whether we've got the pace, certainly not with a pair of us fighting one another like we have been so far. Right, the start-finish line is where it's going to have to happen. This is where it's going to... something has to happen if it's going to be able to happen, because we've only got one more time around. Have we got a good run out of the final corner? Yes, we have. Have we got a good slingshot on Liam? Yes, we do. Will it put me in the draft of the leader? It's close. It's very close, but I can't throw it all through turn 1. We've got to throw it through turn 2 quite a lot. I'm very close to the slipstream. It only needs to be the slightest tendrils of slipstream and it will drag us. We can just see it getting the faintest traces from the back of the car ahead. The fog's coming down. Danger Man was brave, very brave, through that chicane. Liam's dropped back a little bit from me. Oh, this is going to be a big fight. You can see the pressure starting to build on the car in the lead. There's a couple of scrapes on the wall, but I've been sideways, and that's cost me some time as well. I think Danger Man's got it. I think that's far enough away. It's going to be between me and Liam fighting over second place. I would love to be able to get some draft off the leader here, even if it's just to keep Liam at bay. Liam's had a very, very big dive up the inside. I have a feeling Nerez may get both of us here. Nerez might actually get the pair of us. They couldn't quite get organised behind. We will cross in front of Liam. I actually didn't realise that grey car was close enough to have a dive up the inside in that one. But there we go. Well done, Danger Man. Well driven. There was a slither of a chance that I might get into the slipstream on that final lap, and I lost a tiny bit of time out wide, and then all of a sudden we were battling again. Yeah, good race, in these Rapid GT Classics. A good track. Brazen actually gets fastest lap down in 9th place. Yeah, a very good fun track. As I said, very difficult to overtake on, very, very unforgiving if you make mistakes. We got the hang of it a little bit better by the time it came to the Rapid GTs. However, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. Of course, a big thank you to About 19 Wookiees for building this wonderful circuit. Until next time, a goodbye.